What can a possum teach us about conflict? Well, I'm about to show you. Today I'm going to show you a video of a possum surviving a potential almost attack to its life by some coyotes. Now, what's important about this is a possum can't run fast enough and it can't defend itself against a coyote. So, because it can't flight and it can't fight, it goes into freeze. It goes into playing dead. Possums are very known for this. What's important and interesting to me about this is what the commentator talks about, something I teach a lot when I'm teaching people about freeze, which is these animal bodies reflexively go into freeze and into collapse when they're trying to relax the body of the predator. Meaning, a predator needs its instincts to kill you, its animal instincts. And those animal instincts to kill and hunt are highly driven and motivated by adrenaline and having a charged nervous system. So when the prey is fighting back and screaming and kicking and running, it just charges up the predator even more. When the prey collapses, it actually starts to settle the body of the predator and they can even lose interest. What does this have to do with us? I'm going to teach you in a moment. First, let's watch the video.
Just as the second coyote senses that a meal is at hand, her mate appears to have lost his appetite. Most predators need the stimulation of resistance to incite them to kill, and the act of killing to induce them to eat. An inert body inspires little interest.
Let's hear that again. An inert body inspires little interest. So shutting down causes disinterest for the predator. Let's keep watching.
But the possum is still breathing, and in fact, it's only playing dead, playing possum. Biding time until the threat of danger is past. It's not just consciously putting on a good act, however. It actually goes into a state similar to shock, a condition known as thanatosis.
Oh, look how cute it is.
The coyotes are fooled into searching for livelier prey. While gradually, as it senses that the coast is clear, the opossum comes out of its trance and goes about its steady, deliberate way.
So there's so much to learn from this video. One is having some reverence for our freeze response. When you want to speak and you can't, when you want to move or do something and you can't, when you walk away from a situation, you think, why didn't I say anything? I can't believe I let that person say those things to me. This is why we do that. Part of it is brilliant. Do we want to expend our energy in active conflict with somebody, or do we want to spend our energy with someone that's able to repair and be curious and open-minded and connect with us? Part of why I'm showing this video is so we can understand the survival roots that are attached to conflict, meaning the associations we have between disagreement and danger. There's something so overcoupled in us that if someone says something we disagree with, or we want to say something that's out of line with what the agreed narrative is, we get overwhelmed with panic, flooded with adrenaline, and our bodies feel the same inescapable attack that possum actually experienced, which means we go into shutdown. And something else often happens. We start performing. This is called the fawn response. Not only am I shutting down my truth, but a performance to reflect your truth emerges. So I'm at a dinner table with people, they're talking about something, let's say political, that I disagree with, and instead of disagreeing, I smile and laugh and say, me too, or oh, absolutely, or isn't it horrible? I agree. There's a reflexive agreement to appease the other individuals. This is called fawning. That appeasement just settles their bodies even more around us because we start associating them with inescapable attack or inescapable threat. So what I learned from the possum is not only is the freeze and collapse response essential to survival when there's an actual threat happening. But that same response will turn on when there's a non threat happening that can appear to be one. So if I disagree with people and it might cost me my job, that's a threat to my finances. If I disagree with people and it might cost me some friendships, that's a threat to some secure attachment needs. There are threats that are outside of direct threat to life that these bodies of ours still register as inescapable threat, as if we could die in the coming minutes or hours of the discussion. I have developed a 4-week self-paced course that takes 18 years of my personal and professional experience and puts it into one place where you can easily and quickly learn the foundations of recovering from stress and trauma. How does the food you eat affect your stress levels? How do the relationships in your life create stress or peace? How does the relationship you have with your body allow you to feel happier and more settled? I will cover all this and so much more in this 4-week self-paced course. And the best part, it's self-paced. You don't have to sign up at a certain date or finish it at a certain time. It's yours for life, and it's waiting there for you when you're ready to finish it. Throughout this course, I'll be teaching you philosophies and practices that combine my 3 favorite modalities: somatic experiencing, embodied parts work, and nutrition. For more information on this course, click on the link in my episode details. So I'm sharing this with you so I can teach you why you shut down, why it's really easy to go into people pleasing and not telling your truth, but how we can start moving through this in real time when we're faced with this freeze and collapse socially. When we're not actually having a threat, but instead we're having a social discomfort that feels threatening. I'm going to teach you 3 things right now you can do. The first thing is you can feel your back against the chair you're sitting in. Try it right now. Maybe even let your head sit back. The more you're able to actively track the back of your body being held by a chair, the more your body will start to settle and feel where it is in the moment. What happens often when we're in conflict or we're having overwhelm, especially when we're watching things on a screen that are overwhelming, we start to lean in, right? Am I making you uncomfortable yet? And in that leaning in, you lose the support behind you and you start getting more activated. So try it with me right now. Lean in and notice all the tension that builds up. And then sit back, even put the feet flat on the ground, and notice where the tension starts to release, where it starts to soften, where it starts to shift a little bit. That's the first thing you can do. The second thing you can do is take your hand and put it over your belly and give it a little pressure. So you're just pressing into your belly a little bit to feel that pressure from your hand and breathing into that and noticing any anxiety that might come up can often be grounded by doing this. This can prompt parasympathetic release, meaning my body starts realizing, oh, I'm okay right now, or oh, I can handle this discomfort, or my discomfort doesn't have to keep building, it can actually ground. The last thing I'm going to suggest is orienting to something in the room that's pleasant. I might be having an unpleasant conversation or watching something unpleasant, but if I'm able to take in something in the room that I love, the sunlight, a plant, a cute animal, a photograph on the wall, even the person I'm having conflict with, maybe they're wearing something beautiful, something I can look at and feel the sensations of that pleasant thing, that will start anchoring my body into the reality that right now you're safe. You might be uncomfortable, might be surprised, might be disturbed, by what you're talking about or hearing, but your physical body is actually safe from life threat. The more we're able to practice these 3 simple things, these 3 simple tools to helping the body feel safe where it is, the more we're able to build our capacity for difference, to have conversations that are uncomfortable, to watch things that are shocking or overwhelming and remind our bodies where they are. Otherwise, we will go into that play dead response we saw the possum go into. We'll lose our train of thought. We'll lose our agency in speaking. We'll even lose our agency in standing up and walking away from a situation that doesn't feel good anymore. Freeze and collapse are what the body do when we don't have agency. And in the freeze and collapse, you literally don't have agency to move. Instead of outward expression, all your energy comes in to repress your expression to keep you safe until the threat is gone. This is why when you go home from a social event, you're thinking, why didn't I say anything? It's only once you're home away from the potential threat of the social rupture that you start to feel what you really felt. you start to notice what you wanted to say or do, that your agency starts coming back to you. So thank you to Possum. Thank you to you. And let's see where these practices might take you next time you're in a social situation that's a little uncomfortable, charged, or even controversial. See you next time. Thank you for watching today's episode. Please like and subscribe if you found it useful, and let me know in the comments what you want me to cover next.